What is going on in this picture? Tanner.
I think that fountain, I think they're calling it the Fountain of Youth.
Okay, so you think this fountain in the middle is the Fountain of Youth? What do you see that makes you say that?
Well, we're all standing by it and stuff, making conversations and switching ideas and stuff.
Okay, because he thinks that this is a Fountain of Youth because they're all standing around it making conversations. Wesley.
I think that's like England because there's all those soldiers and in the background there's all palace.
Okay, so Wesley thinks that this is in England because he sees all the soldiers around here and the palace, you said, in the back. What more can we find? Madison?
There's lots of animals surrounding what Tanner thinks is the Fountain of Youth.
Okay, she's noticing the animals, Madison is, that are around the Fountain of Youth that we think it could be. Chaz?
Oh, there's a unicorn right there. Yeah, and I have two more. It looks like it's in a forest. Yeah, and then there's a castle in the back.
Alright. So Chaz noted that there's a unicorn, that it looks like it's in a forest, and that there's a castle in the background. Emma?
I think maybe this is in the olden days.
Okay, Emma thinks this is the olden days. What do you see that makes you say that?
Just like because of the castle and stuff.
Because of the castle and stuff. What other stuff?
Like how the people are dressed.
Okay, so she's noticing the dress, the attire that they're wearing, that it's older. Madison?
I think it might be in medieval times, considering that there's a unicorn and a castle, and how the men are dressed.
Okay, so the way the men are dressed, the castle, and the unicorn makes Madison think that this could be during medieval times. Chess?
And back behind the castle, it looks like it's, I think it's like the town.
So behind, like down here? So he's noticing beyond the castle that this could be possibly a town that we're seeing in the distance. What more can we find? Madison?
The men surrounding the Fountain of Youth look like they're holding spears and weapons.
Okay, so Madison noticed the men that are standing around the Fountain of Youth, that they have spears and other sorts of weapons that they're holding on to. Wesley?
It looks like the king is, there might be a king right there because on the right that looks like a guy, dressed in armor.
Okay, so Wesley noticed that the guy right here is wearing armor, so he thinks that he could possibly be the king because he has the armor on. Emma?
I think they might be getting ready for a war or something because they have all those weapons.
And it might be discussing their plans.
Oh. Okay, so Emma's thought that they could be getting ready for war because they have all the weapons, and Tanner added that they could be discussing their battle plan. More can we find? Madison.
It looks like it's late afternoon by the sky color above the trees. It looks like it could be late afternoon or night.
Alright, so she thinks that this could be the setting or time of day is late afternoon because of the color of the sky. Christopher?
It could be about to rain because the sky looks different colors of blues and grays.
Okay, so there's different colors of blues and grays, so it could there could be a pending rainstorm coming. Chaz?
You can see that there are, I think, yeah, it's 6 dogs. There's 6 dogs.
Okay, so
Yeah, 4 on the left and
2, 3, 4,
There's 5, 6.
5, 6. So Chaz noticed the 6 dogs that are blended in. Tanner?
Very social. It just looks social.
All right, so Tanner stated that this looks very social. What do you see that makes you say
Well,
it's social?
they're all getting along and stuff, and they're just talking. It just thinks it's
Okay, so because they all appear to be getting along, they're not fighting each other, so it seems like it's a very social gathering. Caleb?
Well, in the bottom right corner, I see like some sort of wolf by maybe an orange tree.
Okay, so right here, Caleb noticed this, he thinks it could be a wolf next to the orange tree, right here. Madison?
Drinking from the bottom layer of the fountain of youth, it looks like there's a bird of some sort. It's a pheasant.
Okay, so Madison noticed this bird here drinking from the lower level of the fountain, and Tanner mentioned that appears to be a pheasant type of bird. What more can we find? Jess?
And there's water coming out of the bottom.
There's also water coming out of the bottom part of the fountain right here. Caleb?
Well, behind the unicorn in the bottom arc, there's like some sort of rose
So,
right there by the fountain of youth.
okay, Caleb's noticing the roses that are behind the unicorn here that are in front of the fountain of youth. Wesley?
Looks like there's a bunny next to that deer. Wait, yeah.
Okay, Wesley noticed the little bunny right here that's next to this deer. Madison?
I think the whole picture is like about these men. They're trying. They found the fountain of youth, and now they're trying to find ways to protect it.
Okay, so Madison thinks that, the picture could be about these men who found the fountain of youth, and now they're trying to protect the fountain of youth. Tanner?
Well, the fountain looks kind of modern because it must have some like electricity or air push or airflow to make the water go up and out of the holes.
Okay, so Tanner's thinking this fountain could be more modern because there must have been some sort of air pressure
Or electricity.
or electricity to force that water up and out the holes of the fountain. Madison?
I think that it's not really necessarily modern. It's just that the fountain of youth is supposed to be magical, as I've heard, and it probably is just how it was supposed to be.
Okay, so she doesn't think it's modern necessarily because from what she's heard, the fountain of youth is supposed to be magical in a way, so did I say that correctly? So that you think could explain the water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What more can we find? Tanner?
You can't really see them, but down like right over the unicorn, like on the ring, there's these two little songbirds.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
There's two little songbirds on the ledge of the fountain. Madison?
All the men surrounding it are wearing bright primary colors.
So the men surrounding the fountain are wearing the primary colors, she stated also. Wesley?
On the bottom, I see a cheetah and a lion.
Okay, so on the bottom he sees a cheetah and a lion. So where you think the cheetah is and the lion? Right there. Madison?
I think that all the men surrounding the fountain, I think they're all like the king's peasants.
Okay, so she thinks the men surrounding the fountain are the king's peasants. What do you see that makes you say they're peasants?
Because they aren't necessarily dressed royally, like how, like, kingly, like, royal people would.
Okay,
Usually the royalty people would have more gold and silver and more riches.
okay. So she thinks they're dressed commonly, where royalty would have more gold, silvers, riches showing, so they look more common. Christopher?
And if they were like knights or something, they'd probably have matching clothes.
Okay, so Christopher said if they were knights, they would probably have matching clothes. What do you mean by matching? Like all looking the same or the same colors? Or? Oh, so they both, he thinks. Okay. Chaz?
It looks like they're all men.
All right, so Chaz thinks that there's all men surrounding the fountain. Leslie?
It looks like there's an explorer that found it with the cat and the fin.
So right here, this man?
Yeah.
So,
Because he's like the only one who
okay, so Wesley noticed that this man here, he's the only one with a feather. So he could possibly be the explorer that found the fountain. More can we find? Madison.
It looks like the embroidery on the fountain is mostly gold, so it must like awe the men to prove that it's really special.
Okay, so Madison's noticing the embellishments that are on the fountain, how they're mostly in gold. Madison?
It looks like there's a little fruit tree by where the deer is standing.
Okay, so the fruit tree we're noticing that is over here. Chaz?
It kind of looks like where Madison said it's gold, like the round part, like in the middle of.
Here?
Oh, down, yeah, right there. It looks like it's a face.
Okay, so Chaz is looking more closely at these round gold parts, and he's noticing that they look like faces. Where can we find Wesley?
I also think that round circle on the bottom looks like a sun face or something. And then the guy on the left, it looks like he has like some gold sock or armor right there.
All right. So Wesley noticed that this one here looks like a face, also possibly a sun face, and he also noticed the gold that is in his sock of this man. Emma.
I wonder why the animals are just like the deer. When you get close to a deer, they usually run off, but he's not running away or anything.
Okay, so Emma's noticing that all the animals here are staying put with these men so close. She said usually when you get close to a deer, they run off, and these ones are staying. Chaz?
I don't think that deer is actually deer. I think it's an elk because it has like bigger antlers.
Okay, so Chaz is looking more closely at this deer and thinking it could be an elk because the antlers are long like an elk. Christopher?
The antlers on the deer or elk look like branches.
The antlers on the deer or elk look like antlers.
Branches.
Oh, thank you. Like branches. Yes. Tanner?
I'm disagreeing with Chaz because deer and elk are very different. Like elk have more like darker fur, and the pheasant that Madison pointed out on the thing right there. If you look right behind it, there's another dove. There's like a dove right behind it.
All right, so Tanner pointed out the dove that's behind the pheasant over here, and he's disagreeing that this is an elk because from his knowledge, the elk have darker fur. More can we find? Madison.
The dog close to the man that Wesley pointed out has like that man, the little dog next to him. It looks like it has like a bright red collar.
Just noticing the dog right here and his red collar. Good. Time for about maybe 2 more comments. Chaz?
Out of the 6 dogs, all of them are mostly like gray or white, and a little bit darker around, and then the last one, out of the 2 in the bushes, yeah, right there is a blue.
All right, so Chaz is noticing the color of the dogs. They look kind of like almost a lighter gray color, he said. All of these ones, the 4 over here and this one. But the other one that stands out is this one here that's more yellow than the other 5 dogs. All right, Tanner.
The white and the gold dog that Chaz pointed out, the gold dog has a blue collar and the white one has a red collar.
Okay, so Tanner's noticing the detail of the collar. This one has a blue collar and the other has a red. All right, lastly, Wesley?
It looks in the background, it is worker like that with the yellow coat.
In the background. Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's noticing this man here. It looks like a worker that has the yellow coat on. Great job. Thank you for your